at last, 200 years in the making, in honor of the bicentennial of the state of Illinois, it's the HFK Bicentennial Minute. Today in Illinois history, September 7th, 1923, Chicago Beer Wars begin. On this day in Illinois history, the O'Donnell gang muscled in on the Prohibition-era business of the Torrio Capone Syndicate, launching the bloody Chicago Beer Wars of the Roaring Twenties. Along with a federal ban on alcohol was born an illegal system of quenching the city's natural thirst. Its chief supplier, or bootleggers, were led by Johnny the Fox Torrio, who had arrived from New York City in 1909 and built up the Chicago underworld. By the early 1920s, his top lieutenant was Al Capone, a recruit from Brooklyn's notorious 5 Points gang. Together, they controlled and expanded the influence of the Chicago outfit, running beer and liquor to speakeasies across the city, among other criminal dealings. But the South Side's O'Donnell gang decided in the late summer of 1923 to move in on Torrio and Capone's territory. The O'Donnells were led by brothers Spike, Stephen, Tommy, and Walter. Their thugs terrorized at least 6 saloon owners who were customers of the outfit, beating one to within an inch of his life, and even shot up a Torrio-owned beer truck, scattering the relative peacefulness of the early years of Prohibition. The outfit's response was swift and brutal. The violence was enough to force one of O'Donnell's drivers into retirement, declaring, "I'm through. I wouldn't peddle orange pop at a Sunday school picnic." By October 1926, when the truce was called, the spat of gangland shooting, bombing, kidnapping, and murder had killed scores and dominated the city's headlines for years in what was dubbed the Chicago Beer Wars. Today's Illinois fact: the Republican and Democratic parties have been the only major political groups in Illinois since 1850s. Illinois, a closely balanced state with a slight Republican predominance from 1860 to 1930, giving way in a seesaw fashion to a highly competitive situation statewide. In Chicago and Cook County, an equally balanced division before 1930 gave way to a heavy Democratic predominance forged during the New Deal. And that's your HFK Bicentennial Minute.